I am Andrea Stanislav, and I want to thank Susanna and the Czech Center for inviting me tonight for this lovely event. Happy to be a part of it. I was born in Chicago, of Czech descent, and very much grew up in the Czech culture of Chicago. My father, Henry Stanislav, or Hank Stanley as he went, was a jazz musician, and his family came from Strážnice and Zbiroh, and the folk culture of what was Moravia in Strážnice, where I go every summer to the folk festival, has been a great informant in recent work. And also growing up in Chicago in the environment of a musical family on both my parents' sides has definitely informed my work strongly in terms of structure and the way I approach sculpture. My hybrid practice spans sculpture, immersive installation, which includes the moving image, video, and how it relates to objects in the space, collage constructions, and I also have a public art practice. And then all of this work also is informed heavily by film. As I say, there's a hobby that I have also, I didn't add, but cinema is definitely one of my passions. And I also am informed by music, and I would say I still very much think structurally in terms of music towards my work, and I think in sound. And my background as a musician, I was a trombonist, also informs my work in terms of the way I continue to work collaboratively. I work with musicians, composers, and dance companies. This work that I'm showing, Convergence Infinite, is one of my museum exhibitions, and this is an example of my immersive installations in terms of sound and the moving image, and the way I also use often reflective materials that engage the viewers to become participants physically, maybe emotionally, intellectually, and I lure the viewer in, if you will, by the shiny objects and maybe using animals and I would say using beauty. But then there is a reveal of maybe a darker knowledge that is presented. In this case, for St. Louis, it was very much working from the history of St. Louis, starting with the Cahokia Mounds and the layers of history, Ferguson, which was still very present and very raw when I was there in 2016 working on this exhibition, and then also slave burial grounds, and then also asking where is this going into the future. But I also glean quite a bit from using motifs of animals and also science fiction. Sort of this trajectory towards space and Mars is a common theme within my work. Animals like horses, falcons, and using these animals as metaphor and how they also connect to particular communities with their meaning. So this is an image of the video still. The video is very much reflective in the refractive surfaces and reflective surfaces of the sculpture, kind of multiplying the video within the space, kind of a funhouse effect. And the video was of a four direction, the cardinal points of the compass video shoot by drones that flew over the city of St. Louis. And we cheated a little bit with a helicopter shot because we actually couldn't get the permit to fly the drones around the Jefferson Monument or the Saarinen Arch. So we did cheat a little bit. But the video changes through color. The sound for this was created by Reed Kruger, who's the Grammy-winning composer and sound engineer. And we were also remixing Miles Davis, who's a son of St. Louis, from the White album, the Aura album, or the Aura album, but the White track. And it was inspired by the way I immerse myself in a place, and many of my exhibitions are based on place and intuitive, I would say, listening and exploration of a particular space. And I heard trumpet swans, and when I heard the trumpet swans while I was location scouting for this video, I immediately thought of Miles Davis's White track. And then Reed brought it together for me. We're gonna continue here. Let's see. Okay. I also work on a series of projects. This is one of them that deals with migration, global migration, and in this case, it's a white video horse that runs down rivers. Okay. At night, it's gone down the Mississippian part and on the Neva River in St. Petersburg as part of the Manifesto Biennial in 2014, and it continues to travel globally. It changes its, I would say, its meaning depending on where it is. And for St. Petersburg on the Neva River, for me, it was very much a kind of recovery of the white horse that falls into the Neva River. If you've seen Eisenstein's October 12 Days or 10 Days That Shook the World, and that was sort of the thoughts behind that piece. A few maps. And I'm going to run through two more projects that deal with the folkloric and the folkloric sci-fi, which is the current, I'd say, train of thought that I'm working in. And this was filmed at the Carey Furnaces in Pittsburgh with the Mattress Factory Museum of Contemporary Art, working with the Tamburitzin Dance Troupe, which are amazing. They're the oldest Slavic dance troupe in the United States, starting in 1931. This was during the pandemic, so it was kind of a miracle that this project actually happened, but it did, and we're going to continue here. So there is a video on my website, a walkthrough, but it was and I just want to say that Jessica Lisnik was the composer for this piece and the sonic installation. So we'll keep going because we'll get to the Vodnik, okay. So this was a work from last fall, How to Draw on a Vodnik, and this was working also with, I'm not sure if he's in the audience, but with the curator, Tom Kotek, a dear friend, and at the Klenová Museum and Gallery in Klenova. Beautiful, just dreamy, amazing place in the Czech Republic. And it was inspired by this doll that my Czech grandmother gave me. And if anyone knows the provenance of this doll, I'm still looking, and I'm talking to toy curators all over. And for a couple years, I dressed up as a vodnik, swimming in particular ponds. And this is in Klenova, and it came together as a media installation. And that's me walking around Prague as the vodnik. They asked me if I was doing a children's TV show often. And then the souls are captured in the glasses of my friends and colleagues. There we go. And it's in a star form. And that's me. Finally, I was drowned, okay, as the vodnik. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Okay, thank you. Okay.